Hey guys, welcome back and happy Tuesday. Happy day after Valentine's Day. I hope you guys had an amazing time, an amazing day, and I just honestly am sending you all of the love. Thank you again for another amazing round of Wake Up and Adam. And we're back to talk about something really interesting to me. Please, before we talk about this, do not drag me on Twitter or in the comments. This is something that came up on All About the Real Housewives, and it's a report. Obviously, right now, until it's confirmed by Bravo, it is absolutely hearsay. I'm not advocating for this. I'm not asking for this to happen. I'm just letting you know what is being talked about. Now, there was a report that came out that said Candiace Dillard Bassett is getting fired from the Real Housewives of Potomac ahead of season 7. And I have questions. I want to know what they're talking about, and I want to talk about the details. So before we jump in, if you guys haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. And don't forget to hit that notification bell because, well, you don't want to miss anything we have coming up. With that, let's jump right in.
It's time for all your binge-worthy pop culture news. Welcome to Up and Adam.
All right, guys, so apparently word on the street is that Candiace Dillard is allegedly getting kicked to the curb by the Real Housewives of Potomac producers just ahead of season 7. Again, thank you to All About the Real Housewives for sharing this with us. I want to know how much truth there is to this story. According to a new report from Bravo and Cocktails, Candiace is allegedly not getting her contract renewed for the upcoming season of the Real Housewives of Potomac franchise. This is what a source revealed. This is what they said. You can tell that I don't want to deal with Candiace or Chris on Twitter, and I'm not trying to incite a feud at all. This problematic East Coast housewife, who has been on the show for a few seasons now, is rumored not to be getting her contract renewed for the new season. With filming slated to begin within the next month or so, producers have finally recognized that the trouble she has gotten herself into is not a good look for the overall franchise. That's what the source added. Now, the insider continued with, along with the added pressure from many opinionated fans calling for her termination, the clear as day fact that she will never own up to her share of mistakes and the high probability that she will continue to cause and get into more unnecessary trouble, okay? It is said that producers and the network are already looking for her replacement and are already toying with some new ideas, including testing the waters of some new women recommended by the current already returning cast members and the promotion of the friend of from last season. Watch out. All right. I do have questions when it comes to this because we've seen on the show, yes, we've seen messiness, on Candiace's side, but we've seen messiness from all of the women. We've seen Giselle get messy. We've seen Ashley Darby get messy. We've seen the Grand Dame. I mean, and it's not the only franchise. We see it on Beverly Hills. We saw it with Brandi Glanville. We've seen it with Kelly Dodd on Real Housewives of Orange County. We've seen it on New York with Ramona Singer, Sonia Morgan, Bethany Frankel. I mean, let's go to every single franchise. We're watching it right now on Real Housewives of Miami with Adriana and Larsa. Salt Lake City, we've seen it with Lisa Barlow, Mary Cosby, Bad Weather. We've seen messiness. Now, so I'm wondering what that clear, definitive line is as to what is too messy or why Bravo would make the decision. For me personally, obviously, I don't have a contactable relationship with Candiace Dillard Bassett. I think that she's beautiful. I think she's extremely talented when it comes to her acting career and music. And she already knows this, so I don't really have to sit here and pay all of these compliments. I just think that she's great in those fields. But watching her on the reality show, it does make me question and wonder, would that be good for the trajectory of the career that she actually wants? Because on the show, we've seen her. We're not a stranger to Candiace Dillard Bassett. She is a bit of a wordsmith, and she's concise, like clear, concise, and cuts to the bone with those words. Is that why? Do they feel like that's potentially an issue? And maybe some of the other women don't want to film with her because of that? Because what about Giselle? Giselle can be messy. We love watching it. And without these women on the show, what would we really be watching? I don't think that we need people, dragging each other over, tables or putting their hands on each other or throwing things at each other. I definitely don't think we need that. But I think that, we obviously need on a show like this, like a show like The Real Housewives, we need conflict and resolution. And that's what these women bring. If you're willing to bring the conflict and then you can sit down on the reunion floor and own up and be like, you know what, I shouldn't have said this, but I said this. So let's talk about it. There are certain things and I want to move forward. We saw a feud come to an end this past season that we never thought would have. Ashley, Darby, and Candace at the reunion, Andy Cohen addressed the fact that they were seen together in New York City. They were running around together. They went out together. So even though they can, go in on each other on the show, it looks like they're able to differentiate between, what happens when we film on the show and what happens in real life. This isn't our first time hearing about it. Even Dana Wilkie has spoke about this on her channel and mine. On the show, there are a lot of women who will reach out when it comes to getting ready for a new season, and they'll reach out to their friends and say like, hey girl, do you want to come and, potentially test for our show? We would love to have you. I think that your family would be perfect. And some of these people will even call Dana and be like, guess what? I got invited to film for Housewives. And Dana's like, let me be very clear about this. Once you start filming, you are not safe. No one is safe. Everyone is out for themselves in order to get the most camera time, in order to put out stories, to get things riled up. That way they become a fan favorite and the producers like what they offer to the show. Lala Kent even just revealed in an interview when she was talking about Vanderpump Rules, saying that she gets paid for conflict. She said, I wouldn't necessarily always address, situations in my life the same way I do on the show. But the fact is, when I'm filming, when there are cameras in my face, I get paid to bring the drama. I get paid to address something in a different way that makes for good TV that maybe I wouldn't address if the cameras were off. No one's safe. I don't know. Guys, I do have some questions for you, and I want to know how you feel about this. What do you think about Candace Dillard Bassett potentially being fired from the show? And is that something that you would want? Again, even though I don't have the best relationship with some of the housewives, well, the Bassetts, I don't want to see her kicked off the show. I think that she makes for great reality TV. And I think that she helps, kind of keep the storyline going. Same thing with Lisa Rinna. I don't want to see Lisa Rinna get kicked off the show because she keeps it going. She keeps the storylines going. But a lot of people don't always love these housewives that really get in the thick of the drama and give us, well, the stories and ratings that we're all asking for. It's kind of crazy. It's like, we want more from you, but then we want you fired. But we want you to stir up the storyline and get in there. But then if you do it too much, you get fired. I don't actually know what the line is for the fans and for Bravo. That's why I'm back to ask you guys, what are your thoughts about this? Guys, go ahead and comment below. And before you go, don't forget to smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. And don't forget to hit that notification bell because, well, you don't want to miss anything we have coming up. With that, we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.